The Narrows.
Or Robert, is it just me or is it frozen on Christian Bale's face now?
Yes. But on YouTube it looks fine.
Okay. Be behind.
Alright, hold on. Once we're out of this cutscene, I'll stop it and restart it.
Alright.
Yeah,
What in the name of... He's real.
Batman, kill him!
Batman's real.
No, this is the way the Game Boy version starts, where it drops you in the middle with going after Scarecrow's guys.
Cricket noise.
Okay, how's that?
We're good.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good now. Hopefully this goes well.
Oh, cool! It even has the same health bar that the Game Boy one has with the Batarang.
Oh, so it is the same version.
No, but it has some of the same trappings, which is kind of weird. The Game Boy one's just a side scroll. So
Okay.
it is a completely different game, but I'm just surprised by the similarities I've noticed so
That's
far.
interesting. Is he dead?
Put handcuffs on him.
Wait, can you arrest people in this game? Or you just need to finish him? The Batman!
This game is 0 out of 10. He did not move like that in the movie.
That is true.
Is it really loud to you guys?
A little. Maybe turn it down a
Slightly.
bit.
Yeah. Not too bad, though.
I disagree, Anime Fan. I love Kid Watanabe. I think Liam Neeson's perfect.
We've got
That
our...
role.
Liam Neeson is perfect for that rate. I think that's also. I think they just got like the cast for that movie for this, or at least most of them.
Yeah, this was like during that sweet spot era where like movie video game tie-ins seemed legit enough to warrant bringing in the movie cast, but they also didn't quite have that horrible stigma reputation against them yet. I feel like that started with Spider-Man 3, where everyone was like, "Oh, this sucks." But there's probably worse video,
no,
there's probably
because
worse movie tie-ins before that.
E.T.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I
of
mean, that
course,
was-
that's a little different.
I was
Yes,
just
they
trying
got-
to think of a notorious one that was older
Yes,
than that.
They got Henry Thomas to do voice work. Unfortunately, they couldn't use it.
well, even by the time this game came out, you had like, well, no, it was shortly after this game because you had like the Transformers tie-ins that I don't think many people liked.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter one started to go downhill with 4.
What about the
Yeah.
Gimp? What about him? We're gonna leave him locked up while this place burns?
4 is baffling.
I liked it when I was a kid.
Brain's got the poor bastard.
I'm sure it hasn't aged well.
I didn't even like it as a kid. I was like, this is such a step down.
I don't remember the scene in the movie.
It's one of the deleted scenes.
But in all seriousness, though, that's legitimately, that's just one of the psychos from Arkham Asylum.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa, he's
Whoa,
flipping
whoa, whoa.
around.
This camera's out of control. But like I said, a couple of those Lord of the Rings games people seem to like. The first 2 Spider-Man games were liked.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, like, movie tie-in games were already starting to get the reputation by the time this generation of consoles hit. It's the 360 and PS3 that just completely, like...
Yeah. Oh, like that last Daniel Craig Bond game was really awful.
Yeah, the last 2 Harry Potter games... I don't know if you played those, but they basically turned them into cover shooters.
Oh, yep. I think Craig did 3 Bond games. I think the first 2 were okay, and then his last one was horrible.
That was Carl. He says the Batman's here. Double time. We want to be out of here now. Hey! This place is
What's the one where it, like, adapts other movies but with Craig?
You would have to ask Austin.
That's the last one. I think it's called 007 Legends. They rushed it out to tie in with Skyfall, but that wasn't the plan originally.
Oh. Yeah, because
So,
I know about that one. I guess that was the notoriously bad one.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it could have been really cool, but they rushed it out, and we see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with the previous game.
It's almost like you shouldn't rush a video game.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
it's
it's
gonna work.
Oppenheimer.
I'd kill for it.
Destroyer of Worlds.
But luckily, I've got my patience to do that for
That doesn't sound like it.
I'm not sure if that's...
I don't think that was.
They got his likeness, though.
They're like, sorry, you're not an A-list celebrity yet. We don't need you.
I mean, I know he was in
20 years later.
Oppenheimer, but I would also argue he's still not an A-list. He's...
He did just win an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but name one leading role that he had before that that was huge.
Peaky
Well,
Blinders.
yeah, Peaky Blinders is fun.
But that's a TV show. I just mean in, like, film.
Oppenheimer made $900 million, dude. I think it's safe. I think he's transitioned into A-list status.
Yeah. I think
Debate.
so.
We'll see.
I think
One,
before
but
Oppenheimer,
one
you're
successful
probably right.
movie does not suddenly make you an A-list.
But that just shows how much that movie resonates. This was also back during the period where you saw more famous people in video games. I don't think that's much of a thing anymore, but I'm also not that much of a
Oh,
gamer.
weird. I feel the opposite.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it just depends, Noah. A lot of them will do, a lot of famous actors will come in and do, like, the big games with motion capture.
Yes.
But real quick, to swing back around, the only game that I can think of, even with Qui-Gon, is the Episode 1 tie-in, and I don't even know if that has voice acting. However, Liam Neeson is your father in Fallout 3, and he's quite
He's my
good.
dad.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
already
That's
tempted
surprising.
with
He's
this.
never
I know
done a
you're
Qui-Gon
almost
game.
done
This is his first video
But
game. credit.
anger alone will not win your battles. The ninja is thought invisible.
He should have voiced him in Lego Star
And
Wars.
this would have been 3 years before Fallout 3.
Distraction.
Yep.
Attack one of the 3 men before you.
But
I
no,
just-
because Bethesda had this really weird era where all of their games had a famous cameo of some sort. Because Liam Neeson is in Fallout 3, and then Patrick Stewart is in
Run, you will be discovered easily.
Oblivion.
Stealth is your greatest asset.
for 5 seconds.
Enemies with weapons are the most dangerous.
I was only
Always
surprised because
attack
Liam
them
Neeson
first.
has voiced Qui-Gon again in a few different cartoons. So it's like, he's not opposed to that stuff.
No,
Full
I wouldn't mind a Qui-Gon show, but I don't know if that would work now.
The greatest threat. By
Yeah,
attacking either of the others, you
I wouldn't mind a
expose
miniseries.
yourself.
Force Ghost Qui-Gon, the series.
Well,
Yes,
it's
because
cool
that is
though
the
in,
only time that they could possibly.
Well, in Tales of the Jedi, it was really cool because there's one episode where they got Liam Neeson to voice Qui-Gon that's set around Phantom Menace. But in another episode, there's a younger version of Qui-Gon, and he's voiced by Liam Neeson's son. So that was neat.
Oh. I didn't know his son acted.
Open your eyes.
I think he's got a few
You'll be
credits.
twice dead now if you play
Oh,
this
I'm not even
stupid
paying
cabin
attention.
outside of this monster. Again.
Gotta be a ninja.
Larry the Gurm.
Larla Gurm. Yay, we're back to that Metal Gear Solid stealth formula.
Destroy the strongest of
Even Marlon Brando did audio for a video game. What game?
Fall in the mercy you denied.
The Godfather game?
We'll carry on.
Maybe not.
Did he actually do audio for that, or did they just take the movie clip?
I just assume it might not be that.
I'm gonna fact check that.
Do you guys know about the Sopranos game?
Oh, I didn't know there was a Sopranos game.
It looks so bad, but they got like the entire voice, the entire cast to do the voices of the characters in that.
Have you seen any of the Doctor Who games?
The Matt Smith ones.
Yeah.
I've seen like clips, but I don't really know.
It astounds me that at the arguably peak of its popularity, the best they could do is like shovelware.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It says Marlon Brando recorded some dialogue for the Godfather game, but his health was so bad that they didn't use most of it. It's technically his final credit. Now he's just listed as a cameo.
I'm shocked he agreed to do that.
Well, he wasn't getting a lot of work. You know, the end was like, they probably just went to his house and like, here, talking to this microphone. 10 minutes.
It's me, the Godfather. So that's my favorite line from the first movie.
I didn't do Godfather 2, but I believe in this video game.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't come back for Godfather 2, but he can do the game. Well, to be fair, he has to. They needed a really younger actor for Godfather 2.
Oh no! I guess you don't know about this. Obviously, De Niro plays young Vito in that movie, but at the very end, that scene, the epilogue scene, is written for Brando to have a cameo, and then he just didn't show up on set.
Okay.
So they had to film around it. Like, all right, we got to make this work without him because he's just not here.
That doesn't shock me at all, knowing what I know about Marlon Brando.
Yep.
His Apocalypse Now antics.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't ruin the scene, though. It's still a great scene. Like, it still works without him literally being there.
No, it doesn't.
Shut up, Sean. Watch The Godfather.
But why?
Because it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't remember this part in the movie.
And part 2 is even better than part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but part 3 is the best one.
Part 3 is not bad.
It's not.
It's not.
Right.
It's
no. I'm just. Do you remember when Bag was like, "I think Godfather 3 might be the best one."
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. It's not the best one, but it's a good movie, and it falls short in comparison to the first two, which are masterpieces.
I've heard the newer cut's better, but I still need to watch it.
No, I'm gonna need you to stop throwing the word masterpiece around.
Well, you can legit call the first two Godfathers masterpieces.
No.
I can.
They are classics. This is.
And yeah, there's people view them as classics for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, good point, John. I'll think about that.
So back to this game. Like I said, the Game Boy version did follow the structure where you start with like the Scarecrow mission, and then we flash back to Bruce's ninja training. So they're very different games, but they're following the same pattern.
No, I will watch at least the first Godfather at some point.
You better.
Oh, now I'm not going to.
I say 2 is just as required viewing, but if you hate the first one, then I guess the second one probably won't win you over.
I mean, let's not push it. I'm just saying, Robert, I've recommended like gangster movies to John before, and he wasn't exactly the biggest fan. So.
Goodfellas sucks.
No,
that is not true.
That is my favorite gangster movie.
No, why do you have bad taste?
Well, and also, Godfather's much slower paced than Goodfellas, so I'm not sure what you think of that.
That's why I will at least commit to watching the first one. If I like that, then I will go to the next one.
Yeah.
The last couple of those have gone for more like character actors than, like, you know, just like name recognition.
Yeah, because I feel like those names are more famous. They're more recognizable than something like Giancarlo Esposito in one of the Far Cry games, for a recent example.
Far Cry 6.
Far Cry 6.
What are we talking about?
Just the more like famous people in video games.
Like Joker in Star Wars Fallen Order.
Oh
Use
yeah.
your environment, Wayne. Break the support cable with a shuriken. Show them fear.
His name is Jerome, not Joker.
I don't
Yeah,
fucking care.
legally we can't call him Joker.
Jerome and Jeremiah. Because remember, there's two Jokers. You gotta throw something there?
Yeah, I'm supposed to throw a batarang or a shuriken, but it's not letting me.
Maybe you have to get closer to it? Like, no, other way. Like, can't you just... Or is that the way you came?
Oh, I guess I do have to get closer.
I know things.
What's up, Jake?
He's one man and still in training.
Hello.
Sorry, we are no longer playing the worst Batman game that I texted you about because I couldn't get very far and I got pissed.
Finish them off.
I
But stay
predicted
tuned.
right.
Well,
My prediction was correct. Yeah, I mean, this looks way more fun. Way more playable than that game.
you're also about to die.
Who's about to die?
You know what I
you.
want.
Dude, stop! It's just a training exercise.
The guard would kill me.
It's called Batman Dark Tomorrow. You can see our disastrous live stream.
And I'll make you wish I would. What's the passphrase?
Please.
What's the passphrase?
It's Looking Glass.
You can look at our previous live stream to see how well that went.
Don't tell the card I told you.
Stop punching me.
Let me go. Card right by you.
Alright, that's it. I've had enough fun with you.
Batman just constantly punching someone in the ribs. Tell me, but I already told you.
I just
Tell
told
me
you.
again.
I can't breathe.
Where is he?
Where are the other drugs going? No, we'll have to do a Begins commentary soon. I'm with Noah. I kind of want to watch Begins now.
That's just because
That's great.
this game is showing me a bunch of clips from that movie. And I'm like, I want to watch this in a higher resolution.
Whoa.
No,
Whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa.
no,
No! Well, that time we can't blame the game.
I blame Robert personally.
You're welcome.
I came out to
No.
have fun, and he has constantly been attacking me since I got here.
That's true. I also think it's fair to say the death compilation for this game will be considerably shorter than the other one.
Considerably, yeah.
In the room beyond, you'll find your next to final test, one of intimidation. The three ninja in the next chamber have been instructed on pain of death. Don't make your presence known until you've become a wraith in their minds. I've left you a
Punch him in the
gift room
ribs
beyond.
20 times,
Use
that
it to
seems to
convince
work.
them you are more terrible than death. They will give you
It is incredible how much they look like the actors given the time period.
Yeah, those are
Oh, yeah.
solid character models. We mentioned that
Yeah,
earlier.
we were talking about that earlier. Really impressive.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Use the wires above to cross without alerting the men below.
I don't trust Wayne. He's not one of us.
Damon's got
All the
super
reasons
speed, I
stop
guess.
violence to him.
Use your environment, Wayne. Break the support cable with a shuriken. Show them fear.
Didn't Arkham Origins have some DLC that was kind of like this?
He's
Or it's
one
just
man.
like challenge
Yeah.
maps?
Yeah, it was just challenge
training.
maps.
Now, Wayne,
We'll probably look at those when we get to Origin.
finish them off.
Yeah, and I've never played those, so it'll be fun to watch that.
Well, we've talked about this before about like Batman's training and how one thing you usually don't see in adaptations is that he trains with a lot of people to learn different skills and stuff. As much as I like the take that we get in Origins or the Batman of the younger angrier Batman. I'm also fine with getting
You know
away
what I
from
want.
that in James Gunn's DCU, where
Same.
he doesn't just learn how to fight, like he studies different philosophies
And I'll
and
make
has
you
different
wish
teachers.
I-
Like he's
What's the past?
supposed to
phrase?
return to Gotham as a more balanced, adjusted person, you know. And I'm fine with different takes. We just haven't seen that a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing is just I didn't want them to copy and paste what Reeves was doing. The best way to do that is make an older Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just funny that both DCUs have started with an older Batman.
That's true.
What is the passphrase? Looking glass.
I mean, you could argue we've been doing that all the way back since
Welcome.
DCAU, where that's a Batman who's been around for a long time and has a lot of experience
Welcome, Wayne.
before Superman
We
shows
have come
up.
to your final lesson.
Like when
So
Superman and Batman finally team up, like that Batman's had a lot of history.
Excellent. Now, come here.
I like the way he said that.
Come here.
We have purged your fear. You are ready
Fear.
to lead.
You didn't do
Become
anything.
one of the League of Shadows. But first, you must demonstrate your commitment to justice. He is a murderer and a thief. He cannot be allowed.
He's a
to live.
thief and a liar.
I'm no executioner.
We absolutely cannot have
The will to act, or you are not
something Superman.
these men into Gotham.
Gotham?
As its favorite son, you
An old
are
Superman?
ideally placed to strike at the heart of
Are you still being salty about fucking Henry Cavill Superman? Come on.
wound of suffering and injustice. It cannot be saved and must be allowed to die.
Yo.
I still hope they.
You can't believe in
I hope they
this.
bring Cavill back for an Elseworlds movie.
What are you doing?
I didn't like this. I didn't love this
What
movie.
needs to be done?
But this steelbook for Godzilla X Kong is kind of sick.
Oh, nice.
Saying. Jake, come on. Come on.
I mean, I like Cavill, but assuming he could pull off the accent, how do you guys feel about a Red Sun Elseworlds movie if they got Cavill to do that? I think that'd be cool.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know if he could do the accent like you said. But hopefully. Well, I don't know because I don't know if I need that story completely adapted.
Well,
my
because the one we
entire
got was so
thing-
shitty.
My
I
entire
like
thing
that.
was with like the Cavill thing was you need to tell me we can have two Batman franchises, but we can't have a separate Superman franchise.
Batman's more popular. That's the only reason he's got two franchises.
You can escape.
Like I said, I think a good compromise is just putting Cavill in an Elseworlds movie. Like down
Well, that's
the road, I think.
basically what I'm saying. You don't need to adapt Red Sun. Just make an Elseworld Superman movie.
Yeah.
Or something else. Like Kingdom.
What-
I've said
what-
this before. Like Kingdom.
Why